State of Florida is officially banning advanced placement psychology classes thanks to Governor Ron DeSantis and his attacking anybody who does not identify as a straight white person. Yeah. Now, as a result of the state's Don't Say Gay 2.0, or expansion of the original Don't Say Gay law, which prohibits lessons on gender identity and sexual orientation through now 12th grade, the College Board has advised Florida schools to no longer offer advanced placement psychology courses. Now, here's what they wrote in a lengthy statement on Thursday. Quote, any AP psychology course taught in Florida will violate either Florida law or college requirements. So why not just change it? I mean, why not just literally eliminate all mentions of gender identity and orientation from psychology? Well, kind of impossible. Although, I'm going to show you an example of somebody who tried. Now, the College Board wrote that they cannot modify AP psychology in response to regulations that would censor college-level standards for credit, placement, and career readiness. Further, they said any course that censors required course content cannot be labeled AP. That's pretty simple. So now, this goes beyond what Florida has done before, because it's going to affect a lot of students, not just members of the LGBTQ plus community, which has generally been the targets of Ron DeSantis and the Republican morality police. Now, in fact, an estimated 28,000 students who took AP Psychology and are going to take AP Psychology are going to be affected. AP classes, by the way, they are high school courses. They give college credit at no cost. So it's basically taking a college course and allowing you to take a little bit of a dent off what you're going to end up having to pay for once you graduate high school and go into college. So obviously, it's a money saver. It's a time saver when you're in college. And not only that, but AP courses are also actually something that top-tier colleges look for when deciding admissions. So if you want to get into that, top-tier school, AP courses, well, they're a good ace in the hole. Not as powerful as legacy admissions, but that's a different conversation. Now, this law, though, means that these credits for psychology courses could disappear for the students that have taken it. They will lose out. And by the way, people, who are up-and-coming high school students who have not reached the levels, the grade level, to take these advanced courses will no longer have the option. So they're going to lose out on a bunch of benefits, and there doesn't seem to be a whole lot of good options for students who want to do this. As the Daily Beast explains, if they keep AP Psych on schedules as required for college credit, the instructors could run afoul of Florida law, which could mean, losing their job, possibly jail time. If they skip the offending parts of the instruction to remain compliant, then of course they will run afoul of College Board required content and prohibit students from earning college credits for the course, making the course pretty much obsolete. There wouldn't be reason to take it, which may be part of the plan, honestly. The third option, which also is not great, and it's been adopted by Pinellas County Schools already. So what they're doing is they're using something called the AICE psychology class, which is a version used in IB and Cambridge programs. The AICE Cambridge curriculum for psychology has already been altered to meet Florida standards, so no mention of gender or gender identity. Or sexuality in psychology. So it's as if they don't exist. Great. Now, the curriculum has consistently been recommended by the American Council on Education for college credit. Now, you might think, well, okay, look, yes, it has been changed for Florida, but it's been recommended by the ACE, so I don't understand what's the issue here. Well, with these changes, ACE has kind of backed away. In a statement, the development committee responsible for guiding the AP psychology course addressed this issue, suggesting that ultimately students may not receive college credit for taking the modified course in Florida anyway. We are surprised that IB and AICE Cambridge After agreeing to Florida's demand that they exclude all references to gender and sexual orientation, expect universities to accept their courses and exams for college credits. No experienced educator or practitioner in our field would support the decision to make these topics off limits. They further wrote that it is their understanding that ACE will be asking its review panel to review this newly restrictive course. So all of this is happening pretty quickly, by the way. This just recently is starting to go into effect. You've got the school year that's about to start, and now everybody's running around with their hair on fire. They don't know what to do because these laws, again, are very restrictive. They're in effect, and yet we've got 28,000 to 30,000 advanced placement students that are just twisting in the wind. They're trying to figure out what exactly is going to happen now. What is going to happen now? So, look, worst case scenario, which is likely going to play out here, tens of thousands of students and their parents, they're about to get hit with the loss of credits and money, because again, this helps save them money in college costs, because their governor decided that it was just too important. It was more important than getting a well-rounded education that he fight the woke.
The wokers.
Yes, that's right. That's more important. Fighting
Woke.
fighting against the woke. More important than kids getting a good education on psychology, where these things absolutely exist. These things absolutely exist in the real world. Gender identity exists. Yes, human sexuality exists in the real world. Insanity. So now, of course, something tells me this is not going to go over very well with the parents as well as the students. In fact, school administrators in Pinellas County, they're already facing an onslaught of emails and phone calls from understandably worried and perhaps even angry parents, demanding to know how schools will ensure that their kids' education isn't negatively impacted, and they don't have a lot of answers. Students also furious. For example, Walt Haber, a rising senior at Leon High School, told USA Today, quote, "This is very frustrating. I was excited to take this class, and I'm disappointed in the state's inability to conduce my education." That's right. Noah Summerlin, a senior at Leon High School, also said this, quote, "As a student who completed the AP Psychology course last year and personally benefited from the knowledge it imparted, I'm beyond pissed off. High school students, by and large, are capable of higher thought and rational decision-making." That's something that apparently Ron DeSantis and Republicans want to put a stop to. Rational thought, higher thought and rational decision-making, not on our watch, sir. That's woke. He continues by saying, by excluding the fields of psychology, which they deem inappropriate, Governor DeSantis and other Republicans place their personal beliefs above the rights of public school students across Florida to a full and free education. So here's the thing. Yes. Yes, that's exactly what they're doing. And the reason is because Republicans do not want you to have that education. They want you to learn only about things that they value, which isn't the humanities, which isn't the arts, which isn't people. It's, I don't know, how to make the most money as quickly as possible. And that's it. Or really, for the vast majority of people, to make them into obedient workers. Well, let's be honest. Obedient workers who follow traditional gender and family roles. That's the role they see for the school, to enforce societal gender and family norms. They're very open and honest about what they believe and what they want the schools to teach. They want the man to work. They want the woman to stay home and raise kids. That's it. Hey, look, if that's what you want to do, if you want a traditional family, you want to go trad wife, that's fine by me. I don't care. I don't run your life. But see, what conservatives are doing right now in the culture war is trying to make that the default option for everyone, to take away the choice and freedom on how you live by not allowing young people to even learn about different ways of living their lives, about different identities, about different gender roles and sexualities. The irony here is on the other side of this, on the right wing, of course, conservatives are also making it pretty much impossible for you to actually live in that gender role. Why do I say that? What's a good example of that? Pretty much impossible for a single income family to afford to live. Remember, the whole thing is like, man goes out and work, woman stays home and raises the kids. Okay, but you can't do that on a single income in America. Unless you're a banker. Anywhere else, you don't have minimum wage. And not only that, but of course they're pushing these, no abortion for women, no contraception. They're going to come for that. Of course, that means more babies, low wages for workers, no health care. All of that equals one thing: poverty. Poverty. And I guess easily, usable workers, expendable workers, and perhaps even soldiers. Hey, if you can't find a job, join the military so that we can, use you, get you killed, so that you can basically secure resources for our corporate overlords. Sound fantastical? No, it's exactly what's going on right now. This is a reality of the modern conservative movement. And so when they attack education like this, that's the reason why.